Hi, thanks for checking out my awkward voiceover video. I wanted to talk about the Holystone DE22pro that I got, and I am just so blown away with it that I want to share what a great drone this is. I'd be lying to try to say that this competed with DJI. It's about the same size as a Mavic. It has about half the range of a Mavic. But look at this picture. This picture is just an amazing. It's just amazing. And to buy this from DJI to buy a Mavic, you're looking at about $2,000 with the two batteries and the case and the controller and all the stuff that you need to fly it. This cost me $350 from Amazon. It flies 25 minutes. Like I say, the video is just spectacular. I didn't buy it for the video, but as soon as I saw it, I had to share this. You see the props up there that are showing. It's because I have it in sport mode right now. If I later on in the video, I'll switch it over to camera mode, and it'll hide that, and it'll hide the little bit of jello that's showing up in the screen. But even for sport mode, I got this thing zipping, and that screen is just it stable. There's just a little bit of what we call jello in the screen. That's from the vibration of the props. And I've hit trees and ground and everything with these props, so I can't expect them to be perfectly balanced anymore. And when I get into camera mode, you'll see that it's even better. A lot of people ask me why I'm such a Holystone fanboy, and I really am. It started when my wife bought me a little cheap $40 D50 drone, a little brushed motor drone, no GPS, no nothing. You just take off and you fly it. It had three rate modes, and those modes were set up so perfect that even right out of the box, I could fly it. I couldn't adjust it. There was no, you couldn't hook it up to Betaflight or anything, but it just flew. It was wonderful. It was strong. I wrecked it. I piled it into trees. Every time I wrecked it, I wrecked it and broke it for several times, doing what I shouldn't have been doing with it in the first place. And every time I would do it, I'd call or email Holystone and ask them where I can buy parts to replace it, because it was, even for a $40 drone, it was worth replacing. It was that good. And every time they just sent me the stuff. They replaced everything that I could break with this. I still fly that little drone around, but I needed something bigger. I needed something I could go chase my FPV drones with, and to get them out of trees and maybe fish them out of lakes once in a while. And it's not unheard of. But after my experience with that D50, I knew that I wanted to give my money to Holystone. The customer service that they provided was just incredible. I stuck it underneath the edge of a couch one time and left the props running full bore, and I ended up burning up a little plastic motor on it, or a little plastic gear on the motor, and I knew it was my fault. I sent them an email and asked where I could get replacement parts, and within minutes, they told me that they were on the way to me. They were shipping them right out. They sent me a whole envelope full of these parts in case I ever did it again. And heck, I flew that thing around for weeks after that, until I finally did similar thing to it again. I stuck it in a tree and instead of trying to get it, I kept that motor running until I ended up burning up a motor. And even though that was entirely my fault, I got a hold of Holystone, and without question, they sent me out 4 new motors to replace, to cover my screw up. It wasn't under warranty in any way. So when I decided that I was going to pick up this new drone, when I wanted something with a little better camera, a little bit more stable in the wind, so I could do the precision work of trying to rescue other drones, I really wanted to spend my money with Holystone, and I am not disappointed whatsoever. This DE22pro cost me $350. It does everything that I want it to do, and I have no fear about running up, taping a dowel onto the bottom of it, and running up and sticking it in a tree and thrashing around with it and knocking my other drones out of trees, or putting a rope on the bottom of it with a hook and picking one up off of a roof. I've broken it doing it. It's heck, I think that half of it is CA glue by now. But it doesn't matter what I do to this thing; it flies. It's durable. It it when I do something dumb enough to have to repair it, it's easy. It's 6 screws. I take the bottom off of it, and everything in there is easily accessible. And if for some reason if Holystone didn't want to send me a part, everything in there is off the shelf components that I can buy from Race Day Quads and put it back together. This isn't something that you're going to do with a $2,000 DJI drone. Sure, I'd like to have a DJI. I'd be afraid to fly it though. I would do just exactly what I'm doing in this video. I'd fly around in circles, high over treetops, make sure I didn't run into anything. That's not how I fly this one normally. I swoop, I zoom, I do things that I know are going to cause it to crash. And when it crashes, I laugh. When it breaks, I laugh. I glue it back together and I go. And just look at the footage here. You can't fault this in any way. For a $350 drone, this is as good as my friend's Mavic, or his Mini One. I don't know. I'm sure that the newer ones are probably giving better footage, but who's got $2,000 to pay for something that's just going to go up in the air and get beat up? I have used most of the functions on this, and they all work. Return to home is extremely reliable. The follow me, I accidentally put it into it earlier. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and my drone started following me. I was a little freaked out for a minute, but it was perfect. It kept me in frame. Oh, actually, I think it's in this video. You'll see that. And anyway, I'm just watching it. I'm hung up on the footage that we're watching here. But anyway, the people ask me why I'm such a fan of this company, and it's because of the way they've treated me. Their products are incredible. They work. They just simply work. That's the reason that people. Okay, I equate DJI to Apple products and all the other drones to Android. DJI just works as long as you want to use it exactly as the manufacturer designed. This is like an Android. I can use it however I want to use it. I can take the top off. I can fiddle with it. I can modify it. I can change motors. I've got a FPV camera on it right now, so that I can actually fly out a longer range and know that I'm going to get home. You wouldn't do any of this to a DJI. You're just not going to do it. To me, this is the fun of the hobby. Modifying, tinkering, pushing the limits. I'm not going to push the limits on a $2,000 toy. I'll push the limits on this all day long. And when I break it, I'll fix it. So anyway, that was my little rant about why why I prefer Holystone over DJI. And I'm just going to let this video run and let you guys check out the beautiful scenery. And I might pop back in with some. Oh, that was a return to home I used, actually. That was why I'm sitting right, hovering right there, and that's my friend that just I met, this young gentleman right here. So I was flying drones, and he lived near the park, and he came running over and wanted to join me. We had a great time. But anyway, instead of rambling on, I'm just gonna sit back. We'll watch the video, watch my little adventures around the park, and I try to show some of its finer points, and capture video, and just show you what you can do with a $350 drone, and make you wonder, or maybe make you think about if a $2,000 is really that much better, or if you're gonna, like me, not enjoy it as much because you're afraid to break it. Thank you. Enjoy the video.